friends, thank you for joining me once again for today's journey. I've come out to a nice little place. If you've watched my previous vlogs, I did one from Llyn Dynas, which is further down that way, and this is a National Trust place, Llyn Dynas. The last time I was here, I went just beyond me. You can see through the mossy walls, beautiful aren't they, by the way, and I headed up that way, and that's where I found the giant's chair up there. Now today I've come in search of the waterfalls. I've never been, so I just want to see what's going to be like. But I believe, looking at the map down there, if my judgment's correct, they're going to be this way. So we'll go and find out and see what they're like, shall we? Okay, let's get going. Okay, so we come to the first set. I could hear this noise of the water coming down here. But I know this is not the waterfall. Simple reason is from the road you can actually see the waterfalls, and as you can see as I'm spinning you around, you cannot see the road, so I'm guessing, and I think it'll be an educated guess as well, that these are not the ones. No, definitely not the ones, because there's a wall in front of it, so yep, that's not the one. So I'm going to carry on in search of him. Very nice nevertheless. Okay, so I'll pick you up later. Okay, so we've found them. Now again, there's a wall behind me, as you can see. So this part at the bottom, if I spin you back round so you're not looking into the sun, that down there where you can see, I'm thinking there's more up there, because you've got to be able to see it from the road. So I'm going to try and make my way up. I don't know if there's a path going round to see if we can see some more. Taking some shots, so obviously I'll put them up for you to see, and we'll go and see what else we can find. There we go, you can see the goats up there, but also look at these. Woo, lovely. And I'm guessing this is what you can see from the road. It's lovely. Glad I've came, and glad I persevered and just used my instinct to come a bit further up. I'm going to continue going up as far as it's going to let me and see what we can find. I'll pick you up again later on, show you a little bit more scenery. Okay. I've taken a shot, as I say. Just move back here so you can see it's, and I'll put it up for you anyway to see. I had to wait for the sun to go in because it's a bit too bright, but luckily there's a bit of cloud behind. I'm sure I'm going to spin you around just so you can have a look actually. If you look right behind me, I'd hope it's picking it up because the sun's not out really now, so it should pick those clouds up. So it's acting as a nice giant diffuser. Okay, so well, what a beautiful place, eh? There we go, I'm just going to give you one last look. And I'm going to try and head further up. Still keep going as far as it'll let me. So I'll pick you up in a minute. Okay. Okay. A couple of things here. I haven't moved on yet because what I've done is you can see the back of the camera with a bit of luck. I'm hoping you pick it up and there's not too much blur on it. But if you have a look down here where I've taken away the big part up here and I've just focused down here. Reason being because just in those where the bubbles are, they're swirling ever so slightly. So I put an 8-second exposure on just to try and capture that motion. And I think, with a bit of luck, I'm not sure you're seeing it actually, to be honest, it might just be my reflection. You can see it down here. Anyway, and the other point I wanted to make, this pays off when you're here to have a look at different compositions. There's a lovely dead tree up there, which is a shame these trees are in the way, but I might be able to get on the other side, who knows. I'll come back to that. But I shot from eye height. The reason for that, because you've got the bottom, you've got the top falls, you've got the medium middle bits, and you've got this bottom bit. I originally started nice and low, around about here, but when we were this low, what happened, you missed out the actual middle bit, so I needed to come up a little bit, hence the reason why I ended up shooting it like that. Anyhow, I'm definitely moving on now to see if we can get further up there. Okay, I'll pick you up again later. Oh. Okay, so you can see I've managed to cross the other side of the river further up at the top where it's sort of flattened out. Still have to be careful, use the tripod as an aid, but managed to get over without getting my feet wet. Happy days. Right, so I've taken a shot here. If you remember, I was just on the other side earlier. I took the shot because just down here, don't know if you can see it, but that's where the swirly pool was, where I put a longer exposure on. I've done two of them. There's one a little bit further down. One was a 4-second exposure, one was 8 seconds. Just gave me the effect that I wanted. Now, I've said many times in my previous vlogs, those of you who have watched, anybody new subscribing, you may not know, but I've always said photography, videography as well, it's always selective. There's no rights or wrongs. Okay, and I think my last point of view, which was somewhat controversial maybe, but some people perhaps misunderstood it. I'll blame myself, I didn't explain it, but I didn't want to spend ages on camera because that's not my style of vlogging, as you know. It's just a journey. What I said on that last vlog was buying a camera, spending thousands of pounds on a camera and lens combination, and then destroying the image with your editing. Now, like I said, it's selective. You're either a photographer or a creator, manufacturer. Whatever your creative style is, it makes no difference so long as you're happy, okay? I make no secret of the fact, as you're probably aware, I don't like this oversaturated rubbish that is flooding the social media these days. Now, key words I said in the last one were above and beyond. They were the first point I want to bring up, because I post these in a couple of vlogging channels. Luckily, so far, I haven't seen anybody on there go above and beyond. One or two, granted, might push it towards that boundary, but they're still within reason of acceptability, in my opinion, because that's what it is. It's just my opinion. You can disagree, makes no difference. Okay, so that was the first thing. Nobody, you know, it's above and beyond. And the second point I said about you're either a photographer or a creator, don't spend thousands of pounds. The point I was making is, in photography, different styles, and that's the word I should have used. Are you more tendency to be, you know, a truthful, genuine photographer, keep it as it is, as realistic as what your eye is seeing it? Or are you that creative, you know, where you let your mind's eye and your imagination to create something that you're happy with, whether that's colorizing it, you know, above and beyond. And I've got asked a question before now, or I've seen some on the social media about buying a camera. What camera? Now, as you know, a camera's just a tool. I could go to the hardware store and buy a circular saw and a power drill. It's not going to make me a carpenter. Okay, you just got to know how to use it. Sure, the features are on there to learn to use it, to probably in time make you a better photographer, but it's down to each and every single one of us. But it's all about styles. That's the key word. And I was saying, the point I was making, I just think it's pointless to spend thousands of pounds or hundreds of pounds if your style is more tendency towards manufacturing and creating. That's what I was getting. That's my opinion, and I know quite a lot of people have agreed with me. One or two have disagreed, but I think that's because my explanation. I said, you know, I've said it many times in previous vlogs. Go and have a look. It's selective, you know, it's subjective. Vlogging's subjective. How we go about it, how we edit is subjective. The point being, it's silly, more or less in my opinion, and pointless to spend thousands of pounds to destroy an image. If you're a photographer, great, go for it, no problem. But whatever your style is, whatever your creative mind is in photography, that's great. Don't let anybody change that, because it's a hobby, you know, and you do it for yourself. That's all. I've always said that, always do it for yourself. Okay then, so I hope that clears it up. Okay, I'm not never ever pick on anybody, impersonate anybody or whatever. I'll never name names. Okay, it's a general overview, and I just needed to clear that one up today from my last vlog, okay, before I go on to whatever grabs my attention over the next couple of weeks. Okay, so I'm going to move on now. I don't know if I'm going to do anything else. If not, I'll see you back down the car to wrap it up, but I think there's a shot down there I want to try and get. Okay, so I'll pick you up down there. See you in a minute. Wow, what a day. I've really enjoyed myself today. I hope you have too. I hope you've enjoyed the journey that we've been on. You can see the waterfalls behind me. I've come over this side, as I said, and I've taken a few shots because you can see the dead tree sticking out over here. I hope you can anyway. But I've taken a few up there, come down here, got low on this one to try and take the tree out of the waterfall, so to speak. Can't help but get sky in a little bit, but hopefully I'll be able to do something with that. It's not too bad, see, it's not too bright, there's no sun glaring down, so it could be okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for this one. I just want to say, if you've watched and stayed with me this long, thank you very much, that's been great. My next one will be out in 2 weeks' time, so make sure you set yourself a reminder. Until then, enjoy yourselves, and thank you very much. Bye bye.